Welcome back to the farming family.
Yeah. All right, now we gotta. And what are you doing? Thanks for coming back. We're gonna be doing some work on the sprayer tractor. We gotta take the duals off so we can spray second pass and not run over so many crops with the duals. So we're gonna take those off and we're gonna rinse out the sprayer and get some grain for the cows. Is it daddy daycare today? Yeah. What else happened today? It rained again.
It's rain.
We got rain on Wednesday and today
Tuesday.
and yesterday. So we'll see how much we get today.
Yeah.
It's nice to have some water.
Yeah.
Okay, should we go take the duals off?
Yeah.
You gonna be my helper?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get started. All right, first we gotta jack the tractor up a little bit to get that tire off the ground. Maya's running the jack again. How fast can you do it? Oh yeah, working hard. Got her hearing protection on for when we do the impact wrench. All right, we'll jack for a little bit. Okay, we're almost there. A few more. I think we're just about enough. All right, one more and we're good. Push, push, push. All right, good job, Mama. High five. Oh, still too busy. All right, good job, high five. All right, we'll set you over here so you can watch. Okay, Maya's gonna hold the bolts for me. Then you set them on the step, okay? Okay, ready? One. Okay, go set them on the step over here. Two. Three. Four. Turn you a little bit this way. Five. How many is there? Do you remember?
Okay.
There's 10. Okay, that's 6.
5.
This is 6. 7. 8.
Can I do some of them?
You can do one. You can do this one.
Okay.
Okay, you help hold and I'll squeeze the trigger. So you hold this and down there, and I'll do the trigger. Okay, that's 9. All right. Now you stand back by the card. This is the last one. Okay, here's the last one. Whoop. There you go. Okay, stand back over by the car. There it is. It's off. Okay, that's one duel. One more to go. Okay, Maya's gonna show you how we roll a big dual tire. They're kind of heavy. Come over this way, Maya. Alright, there's the first one. We'll let it be there for a little bit. Alright, now we gotta put all the bolts back in. Can you hand me the bolts?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta put them back in the hub. No, leave it there, Maya. Come over here. Alright, now we gotta let it down. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, Maya's on the jacking crew again. We're gonna be so fast we could be in a NASCAR pit crew. Oh, did it slide out?
I think I can put it back in.
Can you put it back in?
Daddy, I could sit on my boat
Okay, that's fine.
and do this.
Line it up. There you go, now start jacking. One. Push, push, push. You gonna sit on it? Does that not work so well? That's how you put your weight into it. Okay, that's one. And last one. 5. Good job. And what are you doing?
Spraying in the tire.
Taking a Union 15.
What does that mean?
That means you get a 15-minute break. Not on this job site. Let's get going. Hustle up. We got it off. Good job. Nice work. Knuckles. All right, we're partway done getting the sprayer rinsed out. So I kind of do a full system. You just don't want to have any leftover chemicals in here because I sprayed beans last. I'm going to spray corn next. Some of those chemicals will kill corn. So my main filter, primary filter is here. So I take that out, clean it, rinse it. Have all my filters in the bucket that I wash with hot soapy water. Got my nice fancy chemical gloves. Each of these has a filter that screws into it, and that goes to each section. So the end of the outside part of the wing, inside wing, middle, and same on the other side. So there's 5 different ones of those. So I take those out, clean them all out. A couple of the chemicals I use, they have a carrier just to keep the chemicals kind of carried, and it just helps it mix better, I guess. But it's made out of clay, or it has clay in it, so sometimes that clay will settle out and it can plug up your filters. So I learned kind of the hard way to clean all those out. So now I just got done. Since I take these out, I turn on each section and flush water through here. So now I will put my filters back in, since up to here it's fresh, clear water. And then I'll put my filters in. I'll turn it on again it'll flush out through here. Then I have my pipes, each one has a shutoff valve. I have that opened up. I already drained out whatever was left in there, whatever just didn't come out of the nozzles. So I'll turn that on, flush clean water all the way through these lines. Then after I'm done with that, I'll turn these off and then flush water through each of these individual nozzles. So it's a bit of a process, but that's the way I've been doing it, and I haven't had any carryover and haven't had any damage to other crops. So it takes a little bit, but it's worth it. So we'll get these filters put back in. They go inside this little housing. It's got an O-ring to help seal it up. Put that in there, get it seated. Then they just go in here and screw in. One time last year I got done spraying corn, then I was going to go spray beans, and I just cleaned out, I think I only cleaned out these, and I didn't clean out, no. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll just run my water and soap solution through here. And then I started spraying beans. My first field, I had like 5 or 6 nozzles plugging up because that clay had made its way past some of the filters into the nozzles. And then I got to do it all over again. So that's one way I learned. So now I just take the time and do it all. Okay, that's this side. Alright, so I got all my filters in. I'll show you what it looks like. These are my 5 sections. So left inner, middle, right inner, and right. So I got that turned on. I'm going to do my left one. Let's see. We won't be able to see this one, but I'll turn it on. It's going to shoot some water out of there. You kind of see down, if you look inside the wheel, you can see it spraying out. So I'll let it spray out of there for a little bit. And I'll turn that off. And now if you look at the end, that one's going to have water coming out of it in just a second. There we go. We just let that shoot out of there for a little bit. Clear whatever might be in the line. And then I'm going to now do the center. See it? There, you see it coming out of there. Just let it clear that. Turn that off. Do my right inner. You see it come out of there. And that's good. And now this one you won't be able to see, but now all those are done. And now I have a soap solution that just kind of helps rinse out anything that might be left over in the tank, in the system. So we'll go get that put in. It suds up, and I just let it agitate and clean out everything. Alright, so this is my cleaner chemical, or cleaner that I use. This is spray system cleaner. It's called Erase. I don't know what the difference is between this and just like regular dish soap, but this stuff is pretty concentrated. You don't need a whole lot. You got my agitators going. I'll pour some of this in there. Give a little bit. That'll be sudsed up in just a second. Getting sudsy. Anybody want a bubble bath? Got a 1,500 gallon tank that you could take one in. So right now I have my agitators on like you saw. So this is the one that shoots out of the top of the tank. This one down here makes it, or there's 2 in the bottom of the tank that swirl it around in the bottom. Right now it's pulling it through the pump and back. So I'll let that run just a little bit, and then I'll start shooting it out the nozzles. So since I have these lines cleared, Gonna go ahead and turn all these ball valves off. Let's see. Other one's down here. This goes much faster when you got two people because one person can go and turn all these on and off just how you want them. But it just takes a little bit longer. This one for the center, this for the right end, the right outer. And then this one over here. Turn that one off. And I do it here where weeds grow when I'm in my gravel. It kills these. Later I'll take some leftover chemical and spray all these and they'll be dead in a couple days. Okay, it's circulated long enough. I'm gonna turn on my left section. Turn it on here. Should start coming out there in a little bit. And then I'll just work my way through each section. So got it coming out each section now. You can see that's just the soap suds coming out. Then I just walk around, look at all my sections, make sure that they're nice. You can't really see it on here, but I just make sure there's a nice fan. You can tell pretty quick if they're not shooting correctly. Look at this side. Everything seems to be spraying correctly. In the center section, that all looks good. See, this is dripping a little bit. There, just need a little bit of a tighten. Alright, that's good. Make sure all my, all these things aren't leaking. Just let it flush out of there. Any leftover particles will get washed out. I could almost use this as a car wash, I guess. Just drive over the cars. Got everything rinsed out. Now I just got to get these suds out of here. I want these out of here because it can mess with my spray and maybe not make my chemicals work as well. But I just try to get it all cleaned out. Just like having suds in the sink, got to get them to go down the drain. I have a sump down there that goes out like a 1-inch hose. So I just drain it out of the bottom to get everything all drained. Alright, tried to get a video of us spraying our alfalfa, but battery went dead, so I got corn sprayed today, got everything done. It was getting a little bit tall, but I didn't really have any choice because we gotten so much rain since the last time I took a video. We got around 4.5 inches of rain. So I had to wait until that dried out enough. There was still a few wet spots. As you can see, my mud pile up on my step here. A little real estate with me. But I got that all sprayed. Spraying corn is always, I drive it because I don't trust the GPS to go straight enough down the corn row. So I manually drive it, plus I control all the stuff with the sprayer. So I didn't get any video of that because it's a little hectic. But now we're gonna go and do a little rock rolling. I have one soybean field that I started planting. It rained, I got busy, they started to come up. So then you gotta wait until they're about 4 or 5 inches in a hot day to roll them. So cat's not doing anything right now, so I'm gonna take the cat, use that to rock roll. So should go pretty quickly. I've ever used that part of the hitch to prop it up and back into it and let it drop. Never really knew it actually worked that way until I was messing around with it one day and oh, that releases it. So you might be thinking that if I roll my soybeans, it's going to kill them all and snap them over. But from what my neighbors have told me and what they've done in the past, they wait till they get about 4 to 6 inches tall, which is what they are right now. And then they wait for a good hot afternoon. It's about 90 degrees out today. So when they get warmer, they get more kind of rubbery texture. So when you bend them over, they do bend over and it does put some stress on them. but there's been studies done that show that it actually increases your yield because it bends them over, it stresses them a little bit. They put the roots down further looking for more nutrients. They do come back up and you can't tell in the fall. And then since they put the roots down, they're under a little more stress, then they have a better root system. They can actually grow and yield a little bit better. So this is my first time trying it. They say roll them, don't go back and look at them for a couple days because otherwise you'll not be able to sleep at night. So we'll get these rolled. It's better than taking a rock through the combine again. And so yeah, we'll see how the cat handles the rock roller. It's my first time doing this with this machine. Rock rolling did not go. I don't know, they were the right height and it was nice and hot out. I unfolded it, rolled about 50 feet, got out and spot checked, and it was snapping off the beans at the stem or part way up or snapping twigs off. And so we're just gonna, I've had beans on there for a few years and rock rolled it every other year. So the rocks are all pretty much flat. I'm just gonna go do some rock picking where I worked around the low spots earlier this spring. That's the only place that you really kick up rocks. So it's not too big of an area. I'll take the 4-wheeler and a trailer. But now we're gonna take the air seeder, got that hooked up again, and gonna plant a few hills where the beans either didn't come up or got washed away or came up and died. So we're gonna go replant those, and then it'll be time to put the air seeder away. But I got Vaughn with me. Say hello. And I got Maya with me, and then we're going to pick up their cousins on the way, so they get to have some extra fun with their cousins riding today. The further we drive, the more people we get in the cab.
What?
Now we got more cousins. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Vaughn there, and we got Oliver.
Okay,
and my cousin Sarah. We got 6 people in this cab.
Yeah,
Is it getting crowded in here?
Yeah, and this is a John Deere tractor.
This is a cat tractor.
Oh yeah. But there's a John Deere steering wheel. Hey, Maya, say something. Maya, say something.
Vaughn, how are the snacks?
Maya, say something. I want to
Oliver, what was your favorite snack?
The Cheetos.
Mangoes?
Mangoes. Mangoes and Cheetos was mine. And then Maya's going to say something.
Okay, what are you going to say, Maya?
I really like farming with my dad, and I hope I farm with my cousins again.
Yeah, are you having fun farming with your cousins?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get to the next field here. Okay, what are we doing now? Driving. Are we planting soybeans?
Yeah.
Yep, got to replant a few.
I want to see. Hey, let
Didn't
it
come up very well.
Let it to us.
Point it to you.
I want to tell you something.
What do you want to tell us?
I want to tell you we are planting soybeans. This is my friend Maya. She wants to tell you something too. This is Mama. You can turn the camera to Mama. And that's Josh. And that's Oliver. And that's Maya.
And who's that?
Me. And it's me. That's Vaughn. And then that's all the people in the cab. There's 6 people.
There's 6 of us. Okay, time to turn. Alright, got our spots planted. Now we're heading back home. Did you have fun with your cousins? What was your favorite part? Maya, did you have fun with your cousins?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part? playing with Liesel.
And look at what my mom did.
Yeah, Vaughn got a special haircut.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Yes.
Let's do some spraying. First I gotta transfer water from that tank. Go on there. And then the green tank. Go on there. I don't have enough to spray for a while. Next tank. Friday, and it hailed. You can't really see as much of the soybeans right away, but the corn just driving past you can see that it's been stripped. So I'm glad I have hail insurance, and they usually wait about 10 days after the storm to see what the damage looks like at then, see how the plant's recovered or how it's been damaged. So we'll do some checking on that, but gotta go around a wet spot. Alright, got around that wet spot. It rained at my place only not even 30 hundredths, but here it looked like it rained probably about an inch or so. There were some nasty, really dark clouds coming. And so we got everything put aside, and then nothing really came of it. So, but apparently here it got hit. I'm pretty sure some of my land east of me got hit as well. So we'll have some soybean fields to scout. Maybe we'll get some video of how we do that with the adjuster, how they determine how much damage there is, what percentage it is, what it might look for, you know, the end yield. But having crop insurance and hail insurance is a big part of farming, just figuring out what's right for you and how much protection that you need. It does cost something, but it's nice to have, and you can sleep at night. Got that field done sprayed. I'll show you what it looks like in the corn after it hailed. You'll kind of see all these top leaves. This should be one whole leaf, but it's been shredded by how many hailstones. So this one looks like maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 hailstones hit just this leaf alone. But then you look at the rest of the field, there's, you know, when you see all these leaves should be full leaves, more like this, where they're nice and wide. But even with this damage, the corn should come back. It might nick it a little bit and decrease some of the yield, but as it stands right now, it should still get a crop. I'll walk over and show you the soybeans. Soybeans, you got to look a little bit closer, but you can see this leaf that got hit by a couple stones. This leaf got hit by a couple stones. This twig, that you can see that got hit right there and it snapped it off. There's leaves on the ground. So we'll see what percentage they give these for damage. Soybeans are a little bit more forgiving, it seems like, than corn, because when they get hit like this, they'll send their roots down further, look for more nutrients, and they'll put new leaves up. Now this seems like a decent amount of damage, but I think it should still come out of it somewhat. Shouldn't hurt the yield terribly, but I'm sure hail insurance will kick in and cover the rest of it. But now it's time to get back to the farm with the tractor, and then I'm gonna take a vehicle up and look at some of my other fields east of me that looks like they got some damage as well. So we'll go show you up there. I'm gonna take a look at some of my fields that might have got damaged. This one I don't think did, but we're gonna go and check it out. This one's pretty close to my place, and I don't think there's any hail that came through here, but we'll stop here and take a double check. take a look. So far everything looks like it's just fine. Well, there might have been a little bit of hail here. I kind of think there might have been. That's not a bug thing where it's bugs eating them. That's a hailstone that went through there. Now we did have a little bit of hail. Oh, I think it was about a week and a half prior to this, but it was really sparse and not very much. But that could have been from that storm. So it looks like there will be a little bit of damage here. A couple little weeds coming. We'll get this sprayed here pretty soon. But otherwise, these are some of my last beans that I planted there. They're looking pretty good for getting planted. I think it was like the 6th of June. So there's some volunteer corn coming. We put something on there that kills that volunteer corn. And that was dry when I planted it. That was dry when I planted it. That back there was dry when I planted it. So that just shows you how much moisture we've been having, which we can work with. We can work with moisture, but when you don't have enough, then it's kind of hard to manage. So we'll go on to the next field. We'll stop and give the cows some grain as long as I'm here. They're just right over the hill here, so once I call, they'll come. They're excited. Here's cinnamon, and here's spice. There's meringue. 21 and number 4 are always a little bit standoffish, but that's because they weren't raised with a bottle. And there's little Polly. Hey there, Polly girl. All right, you girls enjoy your grain. So we're at the next field. This one's one that'll make you scratch your head, kinda. So to start with, the stand was kind of uneven. I planted it and we didn't really get any moisture on this until a couple weeks ago. So a lot of the beans sat in the ground. They did come up, but they are still kind of immature. They have these little tiny cotyledons on them that when they first sprout, 2 little cotyledons come up, and that's the start of your plant. Well, you can see some of these that they are smaller, and now they got hit by hail, so it had leaves and branches or stems snap off. You can see leaves here sitting on the ground. So this one I'm gonna have to talk to my insurance company to see if it's something that if it's worth replanting at this late in the season. You can get really short day beans and plant them. Like I plant usually 1.2 and 0.9 day beans. It's just about how long they take. It's a certain number for how long they take to get mature and ready. But you can plant like 0.3 day beans this late. My cousin did it a couple of years ago and they still yielded, like he got zeroed out, replanted from scratch. And we had a little bit of rain later that summer and he still got like 25 bushels an acre. So I'm gonna see if he can come out sooner than later just to see if he thinks my population's good enough, because if your population isn't high enough either, they won't canopy over the ground as well, and then you'll have nothing but weeds with what does grow. So this one, it's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be interesting. So I think on the next video we'll take you along when we go out and do some scouting in fields and show you what that process looks like, to see what damage looks like and how they come up with percentages and loss percentages. So this field's about half mile away. It's really strange because I planted these within about 2 days of each other. Same drill and everything. But this one, they're the stand came up a lot better. They're a lot more even. But it does look like there was some hail here. But not terrible. You can see like some leaves got shredded. Don't really see too many stems snapped off, but just more of the leaves that got hit with something. That they'll come out of, but they're still damaged there. But this one you can see the rows nice. They'll canopy here in a couple weeks, and just really strange why the only difference, that field over there had corn on it last year and this had soybeans last year. So for whatever reason they came up differently. Same kind of type of soil and everything, so not really sure, but this one will have some damage from the hail that we'll have to check on. One thing about doing no-till and having trash left over, this soybean trash, it kind of acts like a mulch, and it keeps the ground covered and keeps weeds from coming up. So it is somewhat of a barrier. Not that weeds can't come through it, obviously, but it does help. And then where it does cover the ground, you know, it just rained here. This top part is dry. You got to go down about an inch until you find the moisture. But this, you scratch it away, the moisture's all on the top. It's nice, soft, powdery, moist dirt. So that's one of the reasons why we do no-till. It just saves so much moisture. If you want to see what it looks like when you miss a little spot in spraying, this is in a slough. It kind of goes in there and out and back in. And I must have missed a little strip here. Over there, everything's, you know, no weeds or anything. Here we got Canadian thistle. We got creeping Jenny. There's some pigeon cheatgrass coming. So that's what it looks like when you don't spray your fields. Just gonna top off my water here on the truck. Get the truck moved up to the next field that I'm gonna work on in the morning. It's a little bit too windy this evening, so just getting this ready. Making sure I have enough chemical, and we'll get the truck moved up, and Sarah will get me right back home. Well, I forgot the camera on the semi and didn't get to record the most exciting thing about the video. We ended up getting stuck spraying the one soybean field. It was a spot I kept going and it was spinning, and finally I hit one more little wet spot. My wheel sank down and I got stuck, but later Vaughn came and showed him how to drive the tractor, so he pulled me out. So that saved me in that pinch. So he did really good, knew how to shift it into gear and take it out of gear, and so yeah, did really good. But I made a video short out of getting it, or when it was stuck, so I'll have to make another one of getting it unstuck. So, but thanks for watching. We're gonna end the video here. We're gonna be going on a little vacation to Minnesota. We're gonna do some playing in the lake, so hopefully we got some nice warm weather. You excited to go swimming? Me too. Time to take a little break from the farm. But thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and have a good day.
Bye-bye.